Evening all, welcome back to the Car UK channel and to here at the Car Pitch, where we're dealing cheap cars, budget cars if you like, under £5,000. So, what has the week been like here at the pitch? Because in our last update video, we were talking about all the things we wanted to get done this week because we had so much we wanted to get fixed. We basically had new equipment turning up. We've got to get the place smartened up a little bit, and that was the plan. Get all that sorted, get prep cars finished off, tidy the site up. And I have to say that the week so far has been a little bit challenging, and it'd be fair to say that that plan has completely gone out the window. Now, though we have got all our staff back in and we're all sort of firing on full cylinders, unfortunately we've still managed to get the backlog fixed and, crucially, get the jobs done we needed to do to speeding things up, i.e. getting ramp and equipment all boxed off. So anyhow, let me show you around the site. Let's do a very quick update and show you what has gone wrong, and also as well some success this week because we have sold a few cars. Let me give you a tour. Right, where do we start? In fact, I know where we'll start. We'll start with the great big, apologies for the sun, pallet, metal pallet, which is our ramp. So this is the 3.5 ton or 3.8 ton, whatever it is, 4-poster ramp, which was supposed to be there where the beautiful MG Metro is, all set up and running so we can start getting stuff PDI'd a lot quicker and just a bit easier to work on. Sadly, it arrived late. Supposed to have been here last Wednesday to be fitted Thursday. It didn't arrive until Thursday morning, so it basically messed up the entire schedule for the week. We had to move stuff around. So now it's stuck here, and because we've got a few other impending problems with cars that are going out and we're getting it cutting a bit fine, it's now moved from Wednesday to Thursday to Thursday to Friday, then Friday to Monday, and now we've decided, you know what, we're just going to start it the following Wednesday. So now we've set a date in the diary, 100% next Wednesday. Everyone's going to be jumping on getting this very, very heavy ramp set up and in there. So that's the plan for that. But that has messed us up really, because it's got to say I wanted that done dusted. Plus as well, because we was planning on doing all sort of shutting the site down and doing a bit of work on it over that day, we've not got any of that done. So I didn't get my wall done. I wanted to get all my electrics finished off in the tent because it's starting to get a bit dark now, and although it's got lighting in it, it's not the best, and my valet is struggling to see. Bit more painting as well. We just didn't get everything done that we wanted to. So last week was a little bit of a write-off, which is a real shame because it slows us down. But nonetheless, we have to crack on, and we have cracked on. We're trying our best to get some sold cars out through the door, and also try to prep some cars as well, even though we are a little bit sort of under the cosh a bit. Let's start off inside quickly, actually, because we've got only really one car on the ramp at the moment, which is our little Peugeot 107, which we mentioned last week we have sold. Just sold this a few days ago, but in stock actually for about 6 or 7 weeks on a 17 plate. Really nice thing, low mileage, and this is having the whole sort of treatment, as we call it, so the usual stuff. So at the moment, as you can see, it's got the gearbox off. In fact, this is an example of a car that has again thrown a surprise up on us, and we've had to sort of basically leave it now abandoned until Monday until we can get a part for it. So this is having a whole new clutch system in. Usual for these, most of these we end up putting clutches in. But also, as well, it's having some suspension stuff and some new brakes, and we underseal them, etc. So we've gone on with that, trying to get it all boxed off in one day. But sadly, we've got basically an oil leak from the crankshaft seal, and we usually have all these seals in. So I usually have all the drive shaft seals are changed, crank seals, whatever. I usually have them in, but I've not kept on top of my stock levels. So when we went to try and find one in the back, in the cupboards, it wasn't there. And I can't get one from anywhere until Monday. And this was Friday, this was basically come about. So sadly, it's now stuck on the ramp today, being Saturday, Friday all day lost, and obviously Monday it'll be finished off. So that's a real shame because we've lost ramp time. But it will be finished, and hopefully we'll get it boxed off next week and we can get that out to the customer. MG Metro, if you haven't watched the video of that, that was out a few days ago. We are doing a rebuild on that, or going to sort of partially rebuild the engine and trick it all up. So if you haven't checked out that video on that MG Metro, first of all, where were you on Sunday night when it came out? Go and click on it on the end screen, or put the link in the description. You can see a thumbnail of it on screen now. Check it out, because that is a little bit of a different material for you there. And definitely check out part 2 of that video next week, because that's going to be something really special we're going to be working on. Now, what else have we been doing? We've had quite a few bits and bobs in. So, Fiat Panda. This is a car we mentioned last week, sold. Now, we had a customer on that midweek. They came to look at a couple of Fiats, this Panda and that 500. In the end, they stuck to what they know, what they've had before. They went with the Panda. And we've just literally got that off the ramp about an hour ago. It's had a whole lot of work done to it. It's had all shockers on it, wishbone arms on it, servicing kits done to it. It's had all sorts done. It actually drives really, really well. It's had a ruck of paintwork done to it by our paint man just to smarten it up. I haven't got a lot of money in this, I'll be honest with you. It's the bills on this one have ran away a little bit, but the customer's getting a cracking car because it's been well looked after anyway, and then we've just basically finished it off with a few little bits and bobs. Even changed the gear oil in it for him as well. Done the whole hog really on this one, so they're getting an excellent little Panda. So that is going out in the week, and a happy customer, and that is what it's all about. It'd be nice if we'd made a little bit more on it, but it doesn't always work like that. At the end of the day, it's going, and we make a bit of money out of it. That's the main thing. Another car stays on the road, and that will give him, I think, a fair few years because it's a really well looked after model. Other car we've sold, say we've had a couple of sales in the week, is a little Peugeot 108. So this is arrived, when did it arrive? Beginning of the week it arrived. We've got obviously the 17 plate one in there. This is a 16 plate one, and it came via a friend of mine who actually put this in part exchange with him, and he rang up and offered it me. I dismissed it at first because he told me it was a 1.2, which I don't usually buy, or I wouldn't retail one anyway. But then it later transpired it was a 1 litre. So we got it here in the end, and it's not too bad actually. It wanted a little bit of sort of polishing up, as you can see down here. I've done a little bit of polish on the bottoms there, it's a bit scratched, and the rest of the car needs mopping over, which we're going to start on Monday. I'm going to get my new mop out because my old mop is broken. I've got a new Sealy mop and go over that with a look of compound paste. Wheel trims, I've ordered some new Peugeot trims because them ones are not very nice anyway, and they're all horrible and caught and all got bloody brake dust on them. So we'll change them out, polish the brains out of it. It wants a clutch, would you believe? So I've got to order another clutch for that. Basically got to do the same thing as we did with that one, but I'm going to not make the same mistake. I'm going to make sure we get all the seals in this time, so we're not ending up with that on the ramp for 3 days instead of 1. But young drivers having that, ideal little car for her. And he said it does actually drive very well. I went out and drove it. It's just one of those cars where the last owner, probably for the last year or so, has probably neglected it, so it needs the full treatment. It wants full servicing, full lifting underneath, all the brakes, everything. Just wants redoing. Not expensive to do, and he say we'll get it all looking minted up for her, and hopefully we can get that out in the next week to 2 weeks. And yes, before I get shouted at because it's only just arrived, I will remove the Arnold Clark sticker. Right, I hope you're enjoying today's video, but before we carry on, let me talk to you quickly about the Car UK raffle. Have you got your tickets for the latest draw? Because I've got available one of the best minis potentially out there. This stunning 1995 1.3 Mini SPI. It is a out-the-box example that has been well maintained and looked after. In A1 condition, this is a Mini that you cannot miss out on. An absolute beautiful example that will make your friends and neighbours really jealous. Now, to get hold of this superb Mini, then you need to get yourself a ticket for the latest draw, and it is only £1 to get involved. Now, to get hold of your tickets, you can go in the link description below, and the link is there, or go in the comments section where there's a sticker note there, and you can find the link as well. Or you can use the QR code on screen now. Simply scan that with a camera phone, and it'll take you through to Raffle, who host our draws on our behalf. And at the moment, we have got the bundle offers back on offer as well. So if you want to buy one ticket for £1, no problem. But if you want to buy £5 or £10, £15 or £20 worth, you'll get additional free tickets. The more tickets you buy, the more greater odds you have of winning that fantastic Mini. And also remember as well that there is an alternative cash prize. If you win the car and you don't want it, don't worry, you can get £6,000 as an alternative cash on this draw. And always remember as well, by getting involved, you also help charity out on the back of it, helping causes like Hopes and Beams, our chosen charity for this draw, who do amazing work with children in the community with disabilities, helping them get involved in sport and supporting the families in the community. Now, if you want to get involved, like I said, get yourself in that link description or use that QR code, scan that today and get hold of your tickets for the latest draw. Other sales, well, there isn't too many others, if I'm honest with you. It's not been a great week this week. We've sold 3, but we did have a good week last week, in fairness. And you say, as a month goes so far, we're not doing too bad. And we've still got about another 5 or 6 trading days left yet. So we're all right. We're all right for October. The other car we've done a deal on, which I've done with someone, is on the Range Rover. I shan't go too much into this because I'm supposed to be doing a video on it in the coming days. And we're going to be doing a bit of a walk around on it and going underneath it. So I shan't do too much on that. But I had quite a bit of interest in it. I know a lot of people were asking about it. But there was a guy who was top of the tree, and I spoke to him about that one, and we've now done a deal. So I shan't give you too much info because, there's going to be a video on it. It's the first ever Range Rover Evoque, first ever Land Rover that we have ever sold on the pitch. And I know some of you will be thinking, ooh, that's risky. In fairness, if you're going to do one, this is the least riskiest model to do because it's a manual 2.2. But we'll go more in detail in it in the video in the next week or so. So make sure you check that one out. Anyway, will I be getting any more in? Not likely anytime soon. I'm certainly not going to be going buying loads of them or anything like that. We'll see how we go with this one. We're going to mint it up, do lots to it because we know what we're doing with these. And then we'll see how we go. If it goes all right, we might try another one, but I'm certainly not about to sort of change my whole philosophy of selling stuff under £5 in general. Although saying that, we are going to do something with this Peugeot. Mentioned it last week, didn't we, about the 5008. We're going to retail that. I keep getting asked by people how much it's going up for. I'm not quite sure yet. It's going to be more than £5, obviously, because that was the whole reason of the conversation and asking you chaps. Predominantly, everyone just said yes, pretty much agreed with what I was saying. Don't get too many of them, just try the odd one, see how it goes. And that's exactly what we're going to do. It's a 7-seater, automatic, diesel, with good mileage on. It retails about nearly £7. It's not going to be anywhere near that, probably 6 something we're going to do that for. But once I've got it on a workshop, because I need to get it on the ramp and PDI it, and it's just been at the back of the queue, hopefully the next week or so it should go on sale, and obviously we'll put it on the Facebook page. And obviously mentioned it on another future update, so keep an eye on that one. Other than that, really, we've not had too much interest. Actually, today, being Saturday, has been pretty rubbish, in fairness. Had a chap come in, look at my iGo, get lots of interest in my little iGo, but hasn't quite sold yet. But I'm not worrying about that one because it's priced right and it's a really nice example. Have had this little 63 plate 107 turn up in red, which is a facelift model, £2,750. So I've priced it up quite keenly. Again, waiting for some wheel trimmers to turn up for it. But other than that, it's actually really clean. It only wants a few little very, very minor touch-ups, but overall, for its condition, it's done about 80,000 miles. It's actually really clean, drives really well. And doesn't need a clutch, which is a rare thing for a 107 iGo, because usually, like I said, we put clutch units in them. This one's all right, but it will probably need a few other little bits and bobs, I'm sure. I say we've done a little bit of test drive on it, and it drives really well, so we've just plonked it up for sale for now. It'll stand the test drive, and then when we get sort of moving next week, again, we will finish off the last little bits of touch-ups and get it all finished off, trims on it, polish it up a bit more, and hopefully, in the meantime, get a buyer on it. That's the plan, because I don't think I've priced it up stupidly. I've actually put it a little bit cheaper than probably I would have done, mainly because of the colour, because red is a little bit of a hit-and-miss colour. So yeah, if it had been a grey one or something like that, or a silver one, it might have been 150, 200 quid dearer. But red, they linger. Red cars linger a little bit, so I always be a little bit more keener on the pricing. So we'll see how we go with that one. Fiesta, we did have a couple of Fiestas in the other week, but we've sold one of those, and that's gone out in the week. We've now got this one left, which is a little purple one. I think we've already mentioned it. We managed to get that on the ramp the other day. Not 100% finished, we've just got a few little touch-ups to do and a little bit of buffing, but it's nearly there. The main thing we did on it was mechanicals. It's had a brand new steering rack on it, axle bushes, all the usual stuff Fiestas need, all been done. So I'm quite pleased with that, and I've priced it really sensibly. $23.95. It's got a good history of it, it's been well looked after, and it's had a bit of an overhaul as well. It's got all the sort of steering racks done on it, all the bushes have been done on it, it drives really well. It's a decent example, and I think we'll sell it. Even though the colour's a little bit Marmitey, I actually quite like it, but I still think we'll sell it. So I say we're going to advertise that on Monday morning and see how we get on. Failing that, no point looking left in dead corner because nothing's happened there. That'll just upset me. Little KA, got a bit of interest on this, the little titanium, what white, is it white? Pearlescent white, there you go. This is not been touched since the last update, unfortunately, but I am going to get it out on Monday morning because I have got a test drive for it for a lady who's very, very interested in buying it. So hopefully we can get a name down on that Monday, Tuesday. That'll be a nice one because, well, really, it was sold before it even gone officially on sale. So I've got to get that right for her, to get it in a test drivable state, and hopefully we can do a deal on that one. And then finally, I need to dig out that Viva and do something with that. That really is test drivable. I just need the trim man to turn up. He's let me down twice to come and fix the seat on it. But other than that, that isn't too bad. The little Vauxhall Viva, which is again going to be a little cheapy. Little previous category damage, I've already mentioned it before. We sold the car a couple of years ago. I know the car very well. It's just going to be a very cheap little car, run around, but it's only done 60 thou. It's actually really clean and it drives excellent. So it's just a little cheapy, little modern car for very little cash that's in good order. So we'll get that out next week as well and get that on sale. Finally, other things we need to talk about. Skoda, I need to advertise that again, redo that, because we did have a chap on that and then he decided to pull out. And then since then, I've not really had much interest in it. We did have a chap on it in the week, but it seems to have died a death a bit. So I'm going to pull it out, refresh it up a bit, put it back on the advertisements and go again with it. I'm saying this is like it's been here for months. It's been here, what, 12 days. But nonetheless, we'll redo that anyway. My Rover, I need to do something with that. It's sitting in the corner, basically just feeling sorry for itself. Going to put a new battery on that Monday, and I'm going to get something sorted with that next week, definitely, because it's been there too long. I need to get it out, clean it all up, drop the price a little bit, re-advertise it, and see how we go. That Rover's quite a strange one, actually, because when I put that on my Facebook page and advertised it, it's had the most interactions, the most views, the most likes of any car I've ever put on, but I've probably only had about 3 calls on it, probably because it's one of those cars that people like and are fond of, but not necessarily want to buy. Other things we're getting on with as well this week. Little Corsa here, that's going out in a few days' time as well. We've just got to get the MOT sorted out on that one, and then that can go off to the customer. That sold pretty much straight away. I've got another Corsa in the tent here. This has just arrived, although again, I've already got 2 or 3 people inquiring about this one. We've not touched it at all yet. It's literally raw. We picked this up from an auction in the Midlands. So it needs, as you can see, bumper corner here. I think there's a little bit on the back arch we need to do. It needs new number plates. I hate number plates like that when they're all murky and horrible. Not only that, the MOT fails, terrible. But that needs changing. Wheels, they need refurbing. But it was a cheap car, really, for what I paid for it. It wants a bit of money thrown at it, because you'll spend money painting the wheels. You'll spend a lot of money painting the car itself, and then all the usual Corsa bits. So by the time I've done all that, it'd probably be about the same money you'd paid for a clean one. But I can't buy clean ones at the moment. They're all going for too much money, so I have to buy stuff that needs a little bit of work that I can make right, and then I can throw all the bits on it that I know I want to put on it to make them mechanically sound. So we're checking the chains, we're checking the rocker covers, we're checking all the housings, we're checking the suspensions, all the usual Corsa things we get right. And that's exactly what we've done with that one over there. Redid all the wheels. Don't think it had any paint, that one, or if it did, I can't remember. And then obviously all the engine side of it, rock covers and everything like that's all been done. So we're going to repeat the same thing with that one on that one. And actually, quite ironically, the chap who bought that for a granddaughter is also interested in that one, along with a couple of other people, for his other granddaughter. So he could be my best customer for a long while. Quickly before we go, because unfortunately I've got to shoot off in a minute, but I thought I'd just do a very quick update. And do you know what? We'll do another one later in the week, so you're not missing out. Look at this thing we picked up for an export customer. Look at that. It's our first ever, I think it's Discovery 5, you'd call that. Now at the moment, you're probably wondering why it's sitting on its belly. It's because, well, the battery's rubbish, and it's sitting down on its back, which is what they do when the batteries are dying. But it does drive very well when you start it up, and it's a nice old thing. I was one of these cars where, when they first come out, because if you look at the back end of these, they are, I don't know, they're a bit weird. Sort of where the number plate sits and this whole bit going on here. I don't know, it's quite strange. And I didn't like them at first, but it was one of those cars that seems to have grown on me a little bit. It's a strange one. But inside, I mean, it's almost Range Rover-esque inside. It's beautiful and it drives absolutely amazing. Sadly, though the customer's not bothered, it's a 2 litre Ingenium. It'd been better if it's a 3 litre. Not suggesting that the 3 litre is necessarily more reliable for the 2 litre. It's a bit like choosing between 2 deadly diseases. But when they run right, they are sublime. And I was quite smitten with this. It's a very lovely car to drive. I'm not suggesting it's as nice as the Range Rover Sport. I'd still have the Range Rover Sport over it. Or better still, go and buy something probably better, like Japanese, that probably won't break down. But you just can't help it with Land Rovers. They just seem to have that draw. But anyway, it's the first ever one we ever bought. We actually bought this really cheap, I thought. It was 14 grand for a 17 plate, which was under book. And it did surprise us that we actually got it for our bid. But we did, and the customer, it's going to be going abroad, actually. The customer's really happy with it. They're quite pleased with this car, and it's lovely. But I say, it's my first ever one. I thought I'd show it you briefly. I'm sure you've all got your thoughts and opinions on it. Do you like it? Do you hate it? Let me know your thoughts in the comments. Right, so moving on to next week. Well, we've got quite a lot to be getting on with, as we just mentioned there. Lots of jobs, lots of things needs doing on the site. We're really going to need to pull our socks up next week to get this site up and running properly again. Need to get that ramp in. Need to get this forecourt in a better state. Need to start trying to get more cars prepped. Buying at the moment, in fairness, we're not too bad. I went back a few weeks ago. I thought, honestly, the world was going to end because we couldn't buy anything. But actually, over the last week or two, the last 2 to 3 weeks, we've done all right. And in a position now where I think I can probably lay off the buying unless I get offered something that's unbelievable for probably another week or so, and then we can start again, because we've got enough around us anyway to get on with. And plus, we're still restricted. We've still got these sold cars. We've still got that ramp. We're going to lose days there. Tone that down a little bit, clear the site up a bit more, and then we can go again ready for the new month of November and really go for it, because really that's going to be our last month. November, we're going to have a full month, obviously, because Christmas was shut for about 10 days, and plus December's not the best of months for trading. So that really only gives us November to go, but we can go full at it, hopefully try and smash our upper target and get a ruck of sales done, because we'll need that sort of extra in November to basically cover the loss that ultimately I usually make in December. So we do need a good next few weeks. Right, I'm going to wrap it up there, chaps. I'm sorry it isn't a more lengthy pitch update today, but time is pressing and I've got to be somewhere. Plus, it's getting a bit dark. I will do another update for you in a few days' time, because we've got lots of other stuff coming in, and hopefully we should see a bit of progress on the site by then. In the week, well, there isn't too much going on this week, other than I'm going to be doing that Range Rover filming for you. I'm definitely doing the part 2 of the Metro, the build on that, so make sure you check that one out. And also, I should be going to a couple of auctions, so I'm going to try and film one of those for you, because we haven't done an auction video. Well, I haven't filmed one in about a month, so you probably haven't seen one in a couple of weeks. So I'll do that for you as well. Keep you posted about what's going on price-wise at the bids. So I hope you all have a great week. If you haven't done so already, do us a favour. Please like and subscribe to the Car UK channel if you like this type of content. And you regular viewers as well, do me a favour. You might not even realise, just check you are subscribed, because about 70% of you who watch regular aren't actually subscribed. So just check and see if you are. You can tick that box for me. Doesn't make me any money, don't worry. You're not feeding me pockets or anything like that. It just is a milestone. I've been doing this for a few years now. I'd love to get to that 100,000 mark, and we're nearly there. So you can do that, greatly appreciated. And don't forget to get involved in the latest Car UK draw for that Mini. It's £1 a ticket. Link is in the description to get your tickets. Mini or 6 grand is available. QR code is there. Get yourself involved. It's one of the best ones you'll find out there. It is a beautiful example. And if you don't want the Mini, just take the 6 grand cash. So thanks again for watching, and I'll see you all in the next one.